If you have a business, should you actually open a business bank account at Capital One? I mean, Capital One is pretty known for its credit cards. Capital One is pretty known for its business loans. But the big question is it actually good for, is the company actually good for its business checking account, its business savings account, and so on and so forth? I want to talk about that, okay? So let me first talk about the business account offerings that you have at Capital One. One thing I want to say here is that Capital One is not just in the business of credit card provision, okay? They have business checking accounts, business savings accounts. They have loans and lines of credit. People know that. But hey, listen, they also are great for escrow management, capital management, but also merchant services. So I want you to really expand your views when it comes to Capital One. Don't just think of them as a credit card provider, okay? So Capital One actually serves. The only thing about Capital One is that you have some kind of geo restriction. So Capital One is a hybrid online bank slash geo restricted bank. In other words, this is not your Wells Fargo, your Citibank, your Bank of America, or your Chase. In other words, Capital One is not a national bank. A national bank available in all 50 states. No, it's more of a regional bank. Think of Capital One as a TD Bank or a PNC Bank or even let's say a U.S. Bank. Even PNC Bank is way more. It's more of a TD Bank or let's say a Truist Bank. Okay, so the bank serves businesses in Connecticut, Delaware, Louisiana, Maryland, New Jersey, New York, Texas, Virginia, and Washington D.C. So you have about 10 states. So this is kind of like that's what I said. It's because even U.S. Bank and Key Bank, those banks serve more than 20 states, and but Capital One is only serving 10 states when it comes to businesses. So that's more like a Fifth Third Bank or a Huntington Bank. Okay. Now, while some accounts can be opened online through Capital One, others must be opened in person. So this geo restriction, this geographical limitation may actually pose challenges for businesses outside those regions. So again, it's one of those things where you got to really ask yourself what you're looking for. Okay. So basically, when it comes to a business checking accounts through Capital One, you have some options. Okay. You have the business basic checking and you have the business unlimited checking. Let me talk about that little one. So when I say business basic check-in and business unlimited check-in, you have to understand that both accounts offer unlimited fee-free transactions, which is really a feature rarely found among brick and mortar banks. That's why I was just telling you that Capital One actually remains a primarily online bank, okay? So the business basic checking account comes with a monthly fee of $15, which can be waived by maintaining a balance of $2,000. And if your business has higher transaction volumes, the Business Unlimited account provides additional benefits that you can really get. But there is a monthly fee of $35, waivable with a $25,000 balance. So your business must maintain a 25K balance every single month to waive that $35 fee. So also, you get the convenience of fee-free access to over 70,000 ATMs across networks like MoneyPass and Allpoint. And so while the accounts, both accounts offer numerous perks. Potential customers should be aware of additional fees that may apply, such as those for exceeding cash deposit limits or making international wire transfers. So something to really think about. So that's for the business checking accounts. You also have the business savings accounts. So basically, this accounts feature competitive interest rates and can be maintained without monthly fees if certain balance requirements are actually met. Okay, so something to really think about. So if you are a business owner interested in business savings account, you will appreciate the flexibility of unlimited in-person withdrawals. Okay, that's kind of cool because if you want easy access to the funds, this unlimited withdrawals can really help you big time. So this is pretty good. So when it comes to a Capital One business account, so besides business checking and business savings, of course, the bank also offers loans and lines of credit. Okay, so and Capital One has been doing this for many many years now. Okay, so this is not the first time they've been. This is not 1 or 2 years they've been doing this. Okay, so when it comes to business funding, you have the choice. You have like a large array of choices. Okay, so Capital One offers a diverse range of lending solutions to address business needs. What they want is that they want you to first have a solid relationship with the bank, and then actually parlay that relationship to actually get the funding that you need. Okay, so for instance, Capital One has specialized options such as medical practice loans for healthcare professionals. They also have tailored lending programs featuring discounted rates and non revolving lines of credit. So this is really good, okay? And so if your business, let's say, is looking to expand or upgrade its equipment, Capital One provides equipment loans and term loans of up to $5 million for property related expenses. Just remember, it has to be, these are what I say, that they are collateralized transactions, okay? So up to 5 million, those are not unsecured, those are secured. So that's for business loans. You also have business lines of credit, okay? So to support, let's say, cash flow management, Capital One offers lines of credit up to $5 million. Those are unsecured. Additionally, Capital One participates in SBA loan programs. They've been in SBA loan programs for many decades now through their partner banks also, or through their predecessor banks. Okay, here I'm speaking about SBA 504, SBA 7A, SBA Express loans. Okay, those provide longer terms, fixed rates, and lower equity requirements. But those are the the approval process for SBA loans actually is longer and tougher because the government partially actually guarantees the loans. Okay, so to qualify for this lending products, you typically need to have been operational for at least 2 years and maintain a business checking account with Capital One. Hence, what I said about the relationship before. If you think about Capital One business account, I want you to also think about merchant services. This is something that most people, most entrepreneurs don't know about, but Capital One does offer merchant services. Now, are there like are the company's merchant services as good as others? Not really, because their merchant services they actually partner through other third party credit card processors. Okay, so the bank itself is not in the business of processing credit cards. They have to go through third party partners. For instance, the Capital One's merchant services are powered by WorldPay. Okay, so this is not this tells you already that the fees will be higher because if they're partnering with another company, that means that you're going to have to pay more in fees. Okay, but the cool thing is that Capital One's merchant services provide payment solutions designed to streamline transactions for all businesses in all industries. So at least the good thing is that Capital One is not really placing restrictions when it comes to the industry you have to be in. Of course, the industry has to be legit, right? It has to be legal. So they're trying to stay away from things like marijuana or adults. So, but the good thing is that overall, if you qualify, you will realize that the merchant services you get through Capital One offer mobile payment options, digital store integration, and next day fund availability. Okay, you can accept, for instance, a wide range of payment methods, including major credit cards, American Express, Visa, Discover, and MasterCard. Okay, you can accept gift cards and popular digital wallets. Okay, Google Wallet, Apple Wallet, and so on and so forth. Samsung Wallet. Okay, and security is also a priority with strong fraud protection tools in place. So this is this is really good. Now, are the merchant services that Capital One offers the best? Not really. But the good thing is it's convenient. If you already have a solid relationship with the bank, it really helps to actually get everything through them. Okay. So pricing for these services is competitive with fees varying based on transaction type. So card present transactions incur a 2.60% fee plus $10, while card not present transactions are charged at 2.90% plus 30 cents. Some accounts may be subject to a monthly minimum fee of up to $30. So something to really think about. So if you think about Capital One Business Accountant, also want you to think about the escrow management. Now, a lot of entrepreneurs don't really care about that because escrow management is kind of seen as a niche product, a niche service. Okay, but it's still good. It's still good to think about. So Capital One's Escrow Express is actually a sophisticated yet user-friendly platform designed for industries such as real estate, legal services, and property management. So if you are in those spaces or you are in those niches and you want to have more guarantee, more security, then you can really rely on Capital One's escrow management solution. Okay, this is kind of cool because this is a solution that ensures financial transparency and efficiency in managing escrow funds. And if you need to have clarity on that front, you would appreciate the kind of service that Capital One is actually offering. Okay, so available 24/7 through the Intelix platform, this self-service portal allows you as a user to manage escrow accounts, open or close sub-accounts, make transfers, and generate statements, all without visiting a bank branch, which is really good because remember, when I started the conversation, I said that you have to be in 10 states to actually open a business account in some cases, okay? But when it comes to escrow accounts, you don't have to visit any branch, okay? And the system, the Intelix platform, also provides legally compliant documentation for audits, detailed reporting capabilities, and also flexible payout options. So this is kind of cool because it gives you the kind of flexibility, the kind of clarity, the kind of accountability, and the kind of transparency you would expect from an escrow management platform. So this is kind of cool from a flexibility point of view. So when it comes to Capital One business accounts, you also need to think about the capital management aspect of things. So this is actually another area where Capital One shines pretty well. Now, again, similar to the escrow management, the capital management service will actually appeal to a certain niche of entrepreneurs and small business owners. So if you are in that category, then you can really, like, if you're looking to enhance to enhance the rewards, the interest you are earning on your excess cash. So the capital management tools can help you because those tools are designed to optimize cash flow and enhance financial security. So financial security in terms of looking at your cash inflow and cash outflows and making sure that the excess is actually saved somewhere for your security. Okay, so Capital One has an ACH automatic clearinghouse. Okay, they have a set of services that centralize and automate electronic payments, while features like electronic debit protection and protective pay safeguard against unauthorized transactions and check fraud. So what happens here is that you have, if you have a small business and you happen to have a large volume of transactions and you're worried about, let's say, fraudulent activities, basically the Capital One capital management tools can help you safeguard certain things here, okay? The bank also offers robust payment processing platforms. You have remote deposit capabilities, and you have lockbox services also that all allow you to streamline operations, okay? So if your business handles large amounts of cash, Capital One provides vault services with secure transport and storage options. So this is kind of cool. If you are in a cash-oriented service, in a cash-oriented space, for instance, you might be interested. And also, these solutions are complemented by dual control authorization for online payments, adding an extra layer of security to wire transfers and ACH transactions. So this is really good. So I just finished talking to you about the six top categories you have to contemplate if you think about Capital One business accounts. So the business checking accounts, the business savings accounts, the loans and lines of credit, merchant services, escrow management, and capital management. Let me finish by telling you the requirements for Capital One business bank accounts. Okay, for Capital One to accept your file, your paperwork, you have to understand that Capital One will ask you for a variety of personal and business related information. So for personal information, you want to have for personal documentation, you want to have your social security card or personal tax return ready. Okay. For your business, you want to gather essential documents like your articles of ownership and articles of incorporation. You also want to collect your business tax returns like your 1065, your 1120S, or your 1120. You want to have your proof of ownership, and you also want to have your SS4 notification letter. Okay, so that's actually your EIN. So you also want to include your assumed name statements and current lease or certificate of occupancy as well. Okay, so this is kind of cool. And you also want to have up-to-date information about all business owners because Capital One wants to make sure that they understand ownership percentages, dates of birth, social security numbers, and addresses. So something to really think about. And the application process itself requires you to provide personal details as well as contact information, including an email address and phone number. And you will need to supply actually a US address, not a PO box. And you also have to put the date you established yourself as an owner. So this is something to really think about. So overall, nothing really complicated. It's just lengthy. The process is lengthy. Okay. For instance, on the business side of things, they will ask you, for instance, to give your EIN, to give to give more information about the ownership structure, and they might also ask you to provide some financial statements, like or even bank statements. If you have a bank right now, they might want to see your inflows and outflows. So it is something to expect anyway. So in conclusion to this conversation, I spoke to you about Capital One business account. This was a review. Okay, I spoke about the account offerings and the requirements to open one Capital One business account. Thank you so much. God bless you. I will see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.